Well, hello there, friends. Hello, 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 hello. So apparently there's some kind of new feature on YouTube. What is this? There's XP and crowns and stuff. What is happening there? Tell me in the comments what do you see? Yeah. Hello friends. Yeah. How are you? Just in case we haven't met yet, my name is Chris Acton with Acting Creative, and this is Live at the Loom. Woohoo! Yay! How the heck are you? Everyone, please give a huge hello to our girl Lori, the gatekeeper, who is she's working overtime these days, I feel like. Oh, there we go. See, she even tells us right here. She says it's a XP, it's a point system to see who is the highest commentator. Oh, see, very curious. I will have to figure out what to do with that. If it's supposed to be, let me move things around here. If it's supposed to be kind of a, I think it's just on. First of all, I think it's just on YouTube. If my Facebook friends, let me know if you see any kind of system. I think it's kind of obvious. So if you don't, we'll work that out. Hello, Alex Madison. She's listening. Yes. So if we have some kind of point system, what should we do with that? I think we need some kind of a fun plan. Yeah. All right, friends. Let me say some hellos. Hello. Okay, Carrie. Carrie says she is lunching with the ladies. That's a pretty good excuse. You gotta keep in touch with your girls. That's I agree with that. Hello, Jennifer Fowler, and it is Shannon, right? Shannon Cooper. Is it Shannon? I've been calling you the wrong name the whole time. If it's something else, please correct me. Hello, Carol is here. Carol says she's on the bike. Hoping to be off by the time we start. We'll see if she makes it. Hello, Anne and Donna Cunningham and Connie Peterson and Priscilla's here. Woohoo! Priscilla says for the holiday weekend, she's making homemade ice cream. Yum. Yes, I'm all in favor of that. Any kind of ice cream, honestly. Hello, Mary Howard. Hello, Connie Peterson. Did I ever say hi to Connie? You can never say hi to Connie enough. Hello, Jennifer. We said hi to Jennifer. Let's see. Oh, Gemma. Gemma says she stopped to visit at the local boba shop for a cold drink. That seems like a good thing to do. That's a good July thing to do. I think that's right. Hello, Guylaine. And Ellen's here, and Deborah Cannon is here. Woohoo! It's a good day. It's a good day, friends. Yes. See, I think I mentioned Alex. She's driving. Please pay attention, darling. You can jump in at like a stop sign or something. Ruth is here. Woohoo! Now the party can begin. Ruth is on. Who else is able to join us? Okay. Priscilla, the crowns are for a top viewer or member of this channel. Had to Google it. We have to Google it too, Priscilla. So thank you. Thank you for your help there, darling. Top viewer. Okay, so these are for the really engaged folks. I understand that. Hi, Mary Howard. I get to bring the hubby home from rehab today. Yay! It's been just under a month. He was taken to the hospital with a major infection. It didn't turn into sepsis. Thank God. Then to rehab, now home. Mary, please give Larry all of our love. Would you please? We're so glad that he's coming home where we want him to be. He can get all the cuddles. Sam is on, part of our Canadian contingency. We love that. Woo! Carol says, great googly moogly, it's humid out. Love that. Hello, Maureen. And hello, Laura Martinez Bautista. Woo! See? Carol's all on board with the crowns and the XP. Oh, I got it right. Okay, thank you. You guys can always correct me, by the way, if I say your name wrong or do something. I have no problems with that. Oh, Sky's here. Weird thing. I saw live captions on the other YouTube TV vids, but not this one. I wish I knew what it was I had running, but not one the other. Is it a live thing, Sky? Is it because it's, I'm sorry, darling. We got to figure that out. We gotta do something there so that you can join us. Ruth, I'm packing to leave for a trip to Hot Springs this morning. One of the 4 kids woke up with a fever. Will that stop me from going to my favorite yarn store, Hot Springs Fiber? No, absolutely not. That is dedication. That is your, yes, join everyone. Hello, Betty Howard, your first live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're so glad you're here. That's fantastic. Apparently, Betty, you're here in time to get some XPs for commenting. Hello, Teresa. Okay. Lori says it was 95 here in the Netherlands this week. No air conditioning. Woo! Oh, sister, that is hot. Especially with no AC. That is hot. Kathy Stevens made it. Yay! Wait, what is this? Carol says blue stars, rainbow horseshoes, red hearts, green clovers. Left to go. Let's see. Love that. Oh, Cindy's on. She says, we're holidaying here in Nova Scotia. Excellent. We love that. Yes. Happy Canada Day to fellow Canadians and everyone else. Happy Canada Day, our Canadian friends. Yes, friends, it's cold enough, or it's hot enough here that I'm rocking the cold water. Mm-hmm. Yep. Happy Canada Day. Okay, friends. So it is July 3rd. By the way, this is a belated happy birthday. My sister's birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday to Wendy. Hopefully she had a wonderful, fabulous birthday and they didn't make her work too hard. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So first thing out of the gate, what I want to mention is that I just did the big announcement. Friends, I'm going to have a free webinar. Aha! It's a free webinar. It is called Why Weaving is Perfect for Makers Like You. So let me give you a little backstory. So, twice a year I offer the Dress Your Loom course. We open the doors, we invite a brand new class of students, and it is wonderful. I love this time of year. And so to kind of help with the hype, to get everyone excited about it, I like to offer a free webinar. And it is just meant to be a time, it's like a little bit of education, a little bit of like personality test, a lot of fun. And then, of course, as part of the webinar, I tell you about the Dress Your Loom course. And if you're excited and you want to join us, of course you can join us. So anyways, it's designed for folks that are maybe just baby beginning weavers, or if you're not even a weaver yet and you're just a maker and you like to play with yarn, all that good stuff. So I wanted to invite you to come, of course. You can also just come because you like to hang out with me. That is a perfectly acceptable reason. I will always accept friends hanging out with me online, always, no matter what. However, if you know some people that you think might get a kick out of this, might enjoy this, someone who's thought, maybe one day I'll be a weaver. Ooh, this is it. This is the spot, friends. So I would be ever so humbled if you would spread the word and just keep that in the back of your mind that is going to be coming up July 9th and July 10th. We've got 2 different sessions, same thing, 2 different days you can choose from. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So if you would be so kind as to go through your Rolodex and think what crafters in your life might really enjoy this, that would be awesome. Okay. So yes, thank you, Lori. Lori's so sweet. She puts the link right there for us. See, I know she's got. Okay. What's fun is that I can see Lori. She's like we'll call it the green room, but she's in the background helping organize all this. Exactly. So I can see her making little hand gestures. Anyways, thank you, Lori. We love you. Okay. All right. Yes. Oh, in the chat. It's right there in the chat, Carol. Do you see it's right there. Cut and paste. Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's talk about what is happening. How has your week been? What's happening with you? Fill me in. I'll tell you about my week too. We'll just have a little, it's really like a coffee clutch, isn't it? It's really like just a bunch of weavers hanging out, catching up. It's all good. We need this. We are solo artists for the most part, so this is very important to catch up with each other. Carol's prepping herself to be in the public eye. That's good. What is this? Gillian says, I learned from one of your recent videos that I'm working myself, which is all wrong. Oh, Gillian, Okay, well, I'm glad it was helpful. I don't know if there's a completely wrong way, my dear, but if it was helpful for you, that's amazing. Yay. Gillian, that's awesome. Thank you for telling me. That's awesome. I really appreciate that. Okay. Jennifer Fowler. She's so stinking cute. Yes. Happy birthday, sis. This is I'm the oldest, so this is a younger sibling. She's the one who's in California getting ready to move to Detroit, which would be much closer. Detroit geographically, much closer than California. California's far, and it's a big state. Yes. Okay. So I see there's conversation about 4th of July. If you're in the States, 4th of July, of course, is tomorrow. And a lot of people have the day off. Hopefully, I think everybody, most everybody has the day off. Tell me if you'll be grilling stuff. Lori and I were talking before we started this, and I was like, I loved grilled food. Not doesn't have to be meat. Meat's fine. Don't get me wrong. I love a bratwurst. However, let's talk about grilled vegetables, grilled fruit, grilled anything. If you've got a good recipe, lay it on me, kids, because I am. Ooh, Jennifer Fowler says, for my spinning friends, Tour de Fleece starts on the 5th and goes to the 27th. Ooh, thank you, Jennifer Fowler. That's a great tip. Hello, Shirley's here. Woohoo! Yay. Okay, Mary says, I have to share. I got Luna threaded and the yarn is wound onto the back beam. I'm now waiting to get the yarn tied to the front, and I still have to study the treadling. Progress. That's amazing, Mary. Yay. And in between all the other things you have going on. That's incredible. Oh, wait, what is tour de weave? Connie, what is this? I've heard tour de fleece. What is tour de weave? Is it pretty much just like it sounds? Okay, it's on Facebook. I've joined. Is there a website to go with, Connie? Let us know so we can share with everybody. That would be amazing. I like that. Gillian says it's her first tour de fleece. Woo-hoo. Kathy Stevens is sewing for Christmas presents. Look at you. Gold star, Kathy Stevens. You are already doing Christmas presents? That is 2 thumbs up. Not just 1, 2 thumbs up. Do I still have the feature? Will it do the things? I'm on a different device. I don't think it's set up for that. Okay, is it weird that I kind of miss it randomly going off? That's all right. Carol says, playing with Elsinore, cleaning Mighty Finn. Is Elsinore the new one, Carol? Bring us into the loop. What's happening there? Gemma's been spinning. Very nice. Ellen says, have fabric to sew and plan my next project, which are scarves. Woohoo! I love that. Yes, we need to know about this tour de weave, please. Thank you. Sam, tying on 362 ends in a weaver's knot for the next project. My fingers aren't impressed. Uh-huh. Yeah, I can imagine. That's a lot. And I always figure there's not many places when you can like injure yourself when you're weaving, but I have found there's been a couple times when I've given myself a nice little blister, just depending on what knot I'm making, and if I have to do it over and over and over again, especially with cotton, that'll do it. That'll do it. Mm-hmm. Priscilla picked up a new loom. Yay! Free from one of my guild members. I need to fix a couple small things. It's a 4-shaft Ashford. That's a beauty, Priscilla. Congratulations. I need some kind of a bell to ring or a fun horn or something every time someone gets a new loom. We'll work on that. That's very exciting. Yeah, right? Yes, Lori's like, we need streamers. We need something. Yes. Yeah, uh-huh. Jennifer says, been a busy week. I'm still on hold with the overshot shawl project. Waiting for yarn, correct, Jennifer, if I remember? But I did get the yarn. I ran out of order. Oh, okay. All right. See? That's awesome. You guys are so sweet. Happy birthday to the sister. Thank you. Gillian says I was going both over, and the next pick both under. Oh, okay. For salvages. You could do that, but it might be hard to keep track, huh? I don't see why that wouldn't work necessarily. Yeah. Ooh, Ruth says grilled shrimp and peppers. Yum. Okay, so Ruth, if you're doing that, then do the peppers need a lot longer than the shrimp? The shrimp would cook fast, I would think. Especially we don't usually buy the crazy. We buy like, 1 or 2 bite shrimp. What is it? I forget. It's so many per pound. It's like 32. I don't know. We don't typically buy the really big shrimp. We could. Yeah. Sydney says, my hubby smoked a pork loin for pulled pork on Canada Day. So yummy. Ooh. And is there leftovers? And I'll be there in the next how many hours? Carol, I work, but nope, no grilling. It's hotter than Satan's own personal furnace here. Steak from the back pasture, corn, mashed potatoes from our garden, and bumpy cake. Okay, hold please. What is bumpy cake? We're going to need to know more there because I'm intrigued. Bumpy cake. You know how I feel about baked goods. Ah, yes, Mary's project that she mentioned is April Weave Along. I'm gaining. You are. You're making great traction right there. Yeah, Lori, tour de weave and tour de fleece at the same time. There's not enough hours in the day, friends. At least, okay, what are the parameters for the tour de weave? Jennifer, I don't know if I will grill, but I have plenty of steaks and chicken in the freezer. That's awesome. Okay, Connie, tour de weave is like tour de fleece. Guessed that one. It's just a group on Facebook. Okay, all right. Sky says, I got a mental visual of a guy rolling a pork loin into a joint to smoke it. More coffee, Sky. That's yep. Okay. Carol says, is it Elsinore or Elisinore? Is the brand new Baby Wolf a shaft I traded for Mighty Finn? We do. We need some kind of streamers. We need something here. I have nothing that will be fun or make noise near me. Just like, I'll find something. I know we need like a cowbell or something. We need something to celebrate every time someone has a new loom, because it's very exciting. Oh yes, thank you so much. See, Lori, keeping me on track. Please subscribe and hit the like button, or no grilled food for you. I don't know that I'm that mean. I would still give you grilled food. I really do love it. And now is like the perfect time when it's way too hot. And the irony. Yeah. Okay. She says, just search for Tour de Weave and request membership. Not even any questions. Okay. So what's the idea? You just have to, okay, I don't understand the Tour de Weave. Do you just have to do a project between Saturday and the 27th? Do you get prizes? Why do we do this? We need incentive. Connie, tell us more. What's happening there? What's the gist? Ooh, Sue Ann says, here in the Pacific Northwest, we tend to grill lots of salmon. Yum. Always delicious, super easy, great on a cedar plank. Heck yeah. Brush with olive oil and herbs from your garden, a little lemon juice at serving. Sue Ann, I'm hopping on a plane right now. That sounds amazing. Oh, Mary says, after I finish the April Weave Along, I plan on weaving a black lap cover for the hubby to cover him while he's in his wheelchair. That sounds wonderful. And because you just need a lap blanket, it wouldn't be crazy wide. So that'll be easier to do. That's exciting. Oh, Gemma, tomorrow is Mayanzug. Mayan is a bouquet with Swiss German. So the city covered with flower decorations on the fountains. Oh, pretty. Kids dress in all white. Girls have floral crowns. Boys have boutonnieres. That sounds beautiful, Gemma. What a wonderful holiday where kids get to dress up. Yeah. Betty says, I'm on my 10th blanket of a 10 blanket project for my family. I'm excited, but need another project idea for when I'm done. Ooh, okay, Betty. You may or may not know this, but we are a group that loves to pitch in with ideas. Would you like some ideas from us, or are you just sharing? That's okay. Either way, we will hush if you're not looking for ideas from us, but otherwise we always have ideas. We always have ideas. Betty, that is no problem. Okay. Ruth says, yay, I almost got a 12 shaft loom, but someone else beat me to it on Marketplace. So devastated. See that comment, this comment right here, all the emotions. Yes, I want a 12 shaft, but no, do I need a 12 shaft? Someone else got me. Oh man. See, Ruth. I actually understood all of that, all the emotions. Mary said the lap cover needs to be light for summer covering. Oh yeah, yeah, I like that. When do I get my Broughton burger? Sky, come right over. We'll fix you some. There's going to be grilled food at my house. Just come on over. We got you. Deborah says breaking in my new to me Norwood 8 shaft 50-inch. Okay, 50-inch, Deborah. Okay, can you even fill it out? I would not have the wingspan for that. That's wild. And Norwood, oh, that'd be beautiful. That sounds amazing, Deborah. We 50-inch. Wow. And that'll take us some real estate. That would take us some real estate. Shirley says no grilling, but a yummy stir fry in my walk. Ooh, yum. I'll go to the parade because the Budweiser horses are here. Then Peggy Sue's all dressed and ready for a day together. How awesome. Oh, good. See, Gillian said the floating selvage trick is working. I'm so happy. That's wonderful. Thank you for telling me. Oh, I haven't checked. I'll check. I'm glad you reminded me, Carol. Thank you. Thank you, darling. She sent me some yarn. She's sweet. So nice. So nice. Let's see. Yeah, bumpy cake. That's what we need to know. See, Gillian is in too. We need to know what bumpy cake is. Yeah. Okay, she said it's devil's food cake with lines of buttercream frosting on top, covered in pourable, and it's set solid fudge icing. Oh yes. Do you know what? I almost think I just saw something about bumpy cake. There's a cookbook that I got. I have a problem. Hello, my name is Chris, and I have a problem with cookbooks. I have way, way, way too many of them, but I love them. I just picked up one that was all about recipes from around different parts of the country, and I'm pretty sure they included bumpy cake. Now I have to go look it up. That sounds delicious. Pretty much, if you say chocolate, I'm in. That's pretty much. Okay, so for Tour de Weave, you weave every day. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. I buy that. Okay, I like that. Elsinore. She clarifies Elsinore. That's the new Loom. I like it. Hello, Lady Jane Grey. I missed last week. We wanted to thank everyone for the help 2 weeks ago. You're always happy to help, my friend. Whatever you need from us. That's the word. Cindy, I did one heart towel on Vernon, then cut it off. Tried 3 other patterns before getting frustrated. Tried my own idea. Turns out it was point twill over 8 shafts. I really like it. Cindy, this sounds beautiful. That sounds great. You didn't love the heart towel though. That was not your jam. That's okay. Oh, see, we have another participant, Tour de Fleece. Yep, that sounds wonderful. Okay, Lori started sewing a dress. Ooh, I'm waiting on my long-awaited weaving thread. I have to see where I left off. That's fantastic. It's a certain color you were missing. Is that right, Lori? I think if I remember correctly, that's what she said. Connie, Tour de Weave, no rules, no start, no finish night like a weave along. Just weave every day if possible and report what you're doing. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, I get it. I like that. Just do something woven every day. Yep. Okay. Betty is on board. Betty needs some ideas. She's finishing up 1 million blankets, and she needs some ideas for what comes next. Okay, just start pouring in. We got you, Betty. Ruth. I didn't need a 12 shaft. No one really needs a 12 shaft. Wants, that's different, but needs, Donna warped a shadow weave. Ooh, shadow weave in rose and natural. Only discovered that you couldn't see the pattern. Oh, crap. Apparently I have no talent for color value, begging for a class. Oh, okay. All right, Donna Cunningham. I hear you. I can figure something out. Color. You know, twist my arm. Honestly, that's yes. That sounds awesome. Jennifer Fowler's all up for the Tour de Fleece. That's awesome. So the Tour de Fleece has been going on for a couple years then. Is that correct? Oh, here's Sam's suggestion. Betty, go to handweaving.net. I like how she spelled it out, and join. You can put in the info like the number of shafts and treadles and go wild. They do have a whole bunch of things there. That is for sure. It is quite the rabbit hole. But Sam brings up a very good point. You can kind of narrow down your search by what you're looking for. You can even search, you can put in terms, twill, shadow weave, overshot, whatever. That's a good suggestion. Thank you, Sam. Okay. Oh, wait. How do I say this, Gemma? Mayanzug. That's fun to say. I like that. Mayanzug. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Lady Jane Gray saying, I have too much fiber. I'm thinking my goal is to work on those and play around with what I end up with. I like that. On occasion, you have to go through and kind of thin the herd. Oh, Shirley. She says, how can you not have 42 projects in mind at all times? That's awesome. By the way, I like this herd of looms. That is fantastic. Yes. Okay. Oh, Gemma says she had an art show on Sunday. 150 years of weaving in Switzerland. Ooh. Okay, that would be very fun. Just the history of all that. That's amazing. All right, friends. How are we doing? I think it's just about time to do a little weaving. That's what I'm thinking. By the way, if you haven't told me what's going on in your loom, go ahead and add in that comments. I'll be sure to give that a mention. Well, hello, Christina. How are you? Hello. Nice to have you here. Let's see. Betty's defending herself. Sure, I usually do have an idea for many, many projects. For some reason, I'm thinking towels. Oh, I think when in doubt, towels are always... Oh, pardon me. Oh, Christina's working on our second panel for a blanket with 14 inches left to go. Oh, pardon me, you're so close, Christina. That's fantastic. How big will the blanket be when it's all said and done? Hi, Susie. Look at all the first timers. I love this. Hello, Susie. How are you, my dear? So nice to have you here. That's so sweet. She said, prepare to be inspired. That's so nice of you. We have a good time here. That is for sure. Cindy says, still waiting for Earl, the new 8 shaft to arrive. It's been 2.5 weeks since I ordered it. Okay, Cindy, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to work on getting some kind of, we need some kind of a fun something when there's new looms. I'll work on that. Hopefully by the time you get the loom. Well, yeah. Jamie's here. Jamie Jean. Hello. You've been tie-dyeing. That's exciting. And did I see that there was some kind of a major life event in there, my dear? Is that what I saw? That's very exciting. Okay. Oh, Christina says it's 30 by 40, working on a 24-inch rigid head of loom. Oh, I see. We definitely need a couple of different panels for that then. Christina, that's going to be beautiful. By the way, I'm so glad Christina mentioned that because it made me think that I want to put this right here. We have a Facebook group. Yes, our little merry band of weavers. We have a group over on Facebook that you can join us and put pictures and ask questions and cheer each other on and all kinds of good things. So it's just called, if you type in Acting Creative, well, right now you just type in Acting Creative and that'll probably pull up under the group as you search under groups, but Acting Creative Community. Just be sure to answer the questions and we will welcome you with open arms. Come in, be part of the tribe. We'll save you a seat. So thank you for that, Christina, as she triggers all of the things I'm supposed to mention. Thank you, darling. As Lori put things in the chat there, so everyone can see what is happening. Yes, see, Jamie got married. Congratulations, Jamie. Woo! That's very exciting. We're so happy for you. That is awesome. Okay, friends. Oh, yeah, see? Sam was always keeping me in touch. 592 members. Always someone. Yeah, yes. You know what, Sam? That's so true. There's always someone around to help. That is part of the beauty of it, isn't it? Is that when you have a question, when you have a concern, when you need some help, there's always somebody around. Love that. And a huge thank you to Sam. She's one of our moderators for the group. And she's important. She's important. That is for sure. Okay, friends. Okay, before I show you what's on the loom, which, by the way, act surprise is exactly what was on the loom last week. Here is my question. And I will tell you, I am not a naturally competitive person, not with most things. However, on occasion, I get the kind of, I bet I can do this in 10 minutes. I get that kind of, do you ever do this? How much time do I have left? I bet I can get this done in that amount of time. So like competitive with myself. Like I like that part is fun for me. Competitive with other people, I don't care as much about. But on occasion, I get the kind of, I'm going to set a timer, see how much I can do in the next 10 minutes, because I bet it's more than, in our head, I think there's times where like, oh, I have to have 3 hours or I'm not going to sit down and do anything. And that's just not true. You can get a lot done in a small amount of time. So here's my question. If there was some kind of weaving Olympics, and maybe it's like, how fast can you measure your project on the warping board, or dress a loom, or weave a project, or whatever, what would be the actual event that you'd enter? What kind of things do you think you do really fast, or accurately, or something? I was just thinking that I was like, okay, I think I can measure a project pretty quickly at the warping board. Like I got a whole groove going. I can knock that out pretty quickly. So that'd probably be my thing. Measure at the warping board. I can do things pretty quickly there. How about you? Is there some part of the process you're like, you know what? I am inordinately good at this. What would you enter? Let me know if there's something that you're like, yeah, that would be for me. Look at Lori. She's so good. To get homemade potato salad with your grilled food. Potato salad is a winner. Always. Hello, hello. Indian Weaver. Minaj, is that how you say it? Hello. Yes. So the question on the table is, if there was some kind of weaving Olympics, what event would you enter? Gemma says, slaying the reed. Amen, sister. Connie says, what do I do quickly and accurately? Taking the weaving off the loom. Okay, that counts. I'll accept that as an answer. Carol says, cutting it off. Excellent. Sam says, I'll give you a head start. Any event, I'll be here sipping on a cold drink. Sam, I see you, sister. I see you. Deanna, hi, Deanna. My event might be overestimating what I can take on. Ooh, that's a good one. Boy, we'd all excel there, wouldn't we? Christina says, I'm slow as a turtle. Only thing I do fast is my wildlife photography. Ooh, I prefer the slow craft life. Absolutely. And there's a lot to be said for that, my dear. That is for sure. Shirley says, I'm still at turtle speed on everything. Oh, Cindy says, I can screw up a pattern very easily. She could enter the, how fast can you do that? Ooh, Deborah says, twisting fringe. That's a good one. I didn't even think about that. That's awesome. Twisting fringe. Ruth, dreaming up new projects. I love it. And having no time to complete them. That's the second part of the comment. That is perfect. Jamie says, it's been 2 years since I touched the loom. Nothing would be fast. It's all right. Ooh, Carol says, shopping for fiber is another event I'll take on. I'll take a gold in. I love it. That's so fun. Okay, so part of why I asked this question and what started all of this is that I still have my little teal in the, let me see if I can tilt you down here so you can see what's happening. I still have, that's a weird angle, isn't it? Sorry about that, Finch. I still have the teal in here, and I thought, I've got a few minutes. I can knock this out. No, I couldn't. What was the overestimating comment? That was, yes, overestimating when I get done. Yes, that was exactly. It's still the teal. I was so excited because I'm going to put on some like lipstick reds, like a nice solid red next. And I was like, oh, I can show them what the red looks like. No, I'm not there yet, friends. No, it's not happening yet. There's still blue on there. So forgive me. Be surprised when I weave with this beautiful peacock blue, because it's still what's in the shuttle, and we're still weaving. So in case you missed last week, the project du jour on the loom for me are ukulele towels. Now, this started because my dad is a great musician, and songwriter, and ukulele is an instrument he took up kind of in retirement, and he's really leaned in. He loves it so much. So about a handful of years back, he asked for some kind of a towel that he could lay over the instrument in the case, kind of protect it. And then if you're playing, if you get sweaty, whatever, you've got something to protect the instrument from the the oils in your skin or whatever that is. So ukulele towels. So I made 8 or 10 the first time, and he gave me as gifts. They were a big hit. Now imagine his demographic is all retired folks, typically from the Midwest, that travel to Florida, like that. The type, right? The snowbirds, kind of that, whatever. But he had one of his friends who had a ukulele towel. Recently was at some kind of event. A wind picked it up, took it away. He couldn't retrieve it. So Dad was like, I think it's time for more ukulele towels. So here's what's so interesting about it is that this is one of those classic cases when this is not, of course, an ordinary towel. It has to fit over a very skinny instrument. So the towels are I think we're actually making this batch a little narrower than the original batch. The original batch ended up at about 5 inches, and we're making this one like 4 1/4. I mean, it is going to be tiny. So normally I would do a project like this on my table loom, because you don't need 36-inch loom to do a 4 1/4 inch project. However, the table loom is occupied. So I was like, okay, big loom it is. So I am sure this is the skinniest project I've ever done on this loom. And it doesn't help the weft doesn't go as quickly. You don't go through the yarn as fast when it's only this wide. That's the whole project right there. So anyways, so one of the things I wanted to mention is that as I was putting together the warp for this, first of all, when I asked Dad about colors, sometimes he has something specific in mind. Like his high school colors were red and black, and he loves, that kind of combination, red and black. So the first batch we did was like red and black and gray, very kind of classic. But this time he's like, I don't know, anything, surprise me. And one day you'll get to meet Dad, but he is a Hawaiian shirt wearing kind of guy. So color he's not afraid of some color, friends, not even a little bit. So I thought this is a perfect opportunity. Bye, Betty. It's a perfect opportunity for me to see what kind of little bits I have left and go from there. So friends, I grabbed my kind of, this is where, once it gets to not even that much, like once I get a little, like it doesn't stand on its own very well. Do you know the phase I'm talking about? Once the cones start to really get low, I just tuck them in my little basket here. And I was like, let me clear out the basket. I bet I emptied out, I don't know, 6, 7 tubes of different colors, which is so fun. And the key is always, can you kind of put it in some kind of fashion so that it's fun and doesn't look all muddy. We'll see. We'll see at the end if it ends up looking muddy. But I think we're in pretty good shape. Here, I'll even move you closer so you can see the colors. And I kind of organized them as they were going onto the warping board, because I can't help myself. One of my favorite things is always to organize colors. So basically then I also, if I had one, like I remember this yellow, there's actually quite a bit on there. So I made sure that I never had more than like a 1/2 inch of any of the colors, because I didn't want it to have like one that kind of dominated the entire project. I wanted them all to be kind of tiny little stripes that all kind of work together. But the fun part is that like this is a kind of unique, I don't want to say weird. It is kind of weird, but it's a unique kind of light green. It's got a lot of grayish into it. And it's not the kind of thing that I might normally put with some of the other colors, but I liked it kind of in this sequence. And because the whatever I use in the weft is going to be prominent anyways, it's not as important. Like you can see, I've got like over here, I've got one brown and one blue. I got a brown touch just in there. So I can really use just those little tiny bits of the yarn that's just kind of hanging out. So let me show you the actual pattern that I made up, which, I like to do this all the time. So, okay, here we go. So first of all, with something like this, I want a simple, easy pattern. Who am I kidding? I almost always want a simple, easy pattern. That is just where I like to live. If I have to actually have it written down somewhere, I need a pattern that I can keep in my head, and that is just me. If you like more complicated things, yay you! I think that's amazing because we need to have weavers making very complicated drafts. I like something simple, and it's not that it can't have a lot of repeats, but it still has to be few enough that I can keep it in my head. So for something like this, because I didn't have anything specific I wanted to do, I didn't want to mess around with floating selvages because it's going to be quite long. And I was like, I don't want to mess with that. So I knew that because I wasn't going to have floating selvages, I wanted to have mostly a plain weave base to the project. Let me turn you that way a little bit. So basically what I've done is I have 2 picks that are plain weave and 2 picks that are basket weave. Now, if you're unfamiliar, a plain weave would be every other over, under. So in this case, I'm going to lift shafts 1 and 3, and then I'm going to lift shafts 2 and 4. So if you can imagine, half are lifted at a time. Just that's kind of the sequence. But for basket weave, what you do is it's the same idea. You just multiply it by 2. So for the first part of basket weave, I have 1 and 2 are lifted. And then the second part, I have 3 and 4. So for this variation right here, I am just doing 2 picks of plain weave and 2 picks of basket weave. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing, friends. It is not any more complicated than that. So Bonnie made it. Hello, Bonnie. So let me kind of show you what that looks like and how we're doing. Oh, I just barely in the nick of time. Have you ever wound it just a little bit too far back? I haven't done that in a long time. I'm usually pretty good. I'm like right there on the edge, right there. Okay, here we go. So 1 and 3, and then see it just barely squeezes it, and then 2 and 4, and here comes the basket weave. So this is 1 and 2 then, and then this will be 3 and 4. So here's what's funny is that I was working on my table loom this week, and so I didn't really sit down and work on my project. So this morning, as I sat down to be like, hey, what was I doing? And trying to do some speed weaving. This morning, as I was doing this, it took me a good 3 minutes to actually figure out what the heck I was doing. I didn't write it down. There are times when you should write stuff down. I don't always remember to do that. But it didn't take me too long. I was like, worst case scenario, I'll pull up last week's Live at the Loom and be like, wait, what did I do last week? What was that? Yeah. So this is the whole jam. This is the whole thing. Now, here is the plan, is that when I'm ready to change colors, which will probably be pretty much after Live at the Loom is over, that'll be the timing of all this. When I change colors, I'm going to tweak the pattern, what I'm doing, and play with something else. Because why not? Why not? Life is too short not to get bored at the loom. Just say no. Just say no to boredom at the loom, friends. That's my public service announcement for today. Okay, here, I'm going to bring you in a little closer so you can see the, can you see that? So basically what it does is it gives you just like this cool kind of texture with it. And I find that this is an 8/4 cotton spaced at 12 ends per inch. And I find that 8/4 cotton, if you do just plain weave, it can be a little crazy in the washer and dryer. So I like to add a little something with some kind of float to it. And that's what the basket weave does for me here. It gives me a little longer float spread throughout the entire fabric. So that's the plan. That is the update on the ukulele towels for this week. Yep. Okay, so friends, what else? We need to finish strong. Where's my notes here? Oh, something I want to mention is that Acting Creative is going to close down. We're all going to take a vacation. Yeah. The week of July 21st, that kind of Monday through Friday, there'll be a new episode of A Handwoven Experience for that week. But otherwise, friends, you can find me in the garden. I'm going to be gardening. I'll be in the kitchen making some stuff. I'm going to be reading a book. It's going to be, we are all going to need to relax. That'll be, the doors are open for the Dress Your Loom course from the 9th through the 17th. So this will be the week after that because we're all going to need some decompressing time. Now, of course, that'll be week 1 for the new class of Dress Your Loom. So of course, I'll be making sure that they are all taken care of. But make a note, please, that on that week, the week of the 21st, I will be, I'll be out. I'll be running around doing other things because, we all need time. We all need time, especially in the summer, to go run around and do other things. Pardon me. Mary says that looks like a great pattern for Larry's lap covering. Absolutely. Mary, if you want me to send you some specifics, you let me know. By the way, friends, that's something that I wanted to mention is that if there's ever anything that I'm doing here that you're like, that's kind of more information, just email me. That is no problem. Yeah, see, Lady Jane Grey, that's exactly right. I think I like to say, this is all life. This is all, yeah. Oh, Sky asked, what will the project become eventually? Sky, there'll be ukulele towels. We probably need to write that. Lori, will you put that in the chat? Because that may not translate anywhere. Since I don't know that it's actually a thing. I don't know that it's, yeah. Okay, friends, what else do I need to tell you today? There was no handwoven experience this week because we are all hyping up the free webinar. Let me put this right here. The free webinar it's going to be so fun. July 9th and July 10th are the dates. July 9th at 6 p.m., July 10th at 2 p.m. The webinar is titled Why Weaving is Perfect for Makers Like You. And friends, it's going to be geared towards folks that are like baby beginning weavers or makers that are curious in weaving. That is who it is geared for. So that may not be you. You can always hang out with me though. That's totally fine. Come on over, say hi. That would be lovely. But if you know someone, that would be wonderful. If you would spread the word, that would be fantastic. Thank you so much. Okay, what else? We mentioned, I'll put this back up one more time, the Facebook group, Acting Creative Community. It's a great place to share pictures, ask questions, support each other, all that good stuff. Just type in Acting Creative Community or Acting Creative pretty much in the group search and you'll be sitting pretty. No problemo. And let me not forget our fabulous folks at the Acting Creative Insiders, the membership. Now, one of the things that I wanted to mention that is available is that the entry-level tier is the resource center, which is all about kind of education stuff. So to support them, everyone at that tier gets access to a coupon for all of our ongoing classes. And because we just added the Planning a Weaving Project class to the list, you now have 3 different classes you can take advantage of. There's Planning the Weaving Project, right? There is Reading a Weaving Draft, and there's also Weave Your Own Color Gap, which is so fun. So that is just a nice little perk to help you carry on with your weaving education. And that is the whole idea of that. It's $10 a month, friends. That's kind of the place that you can start in the membership. And if you're loving that, if you want more community element, join the Online Weavers Guild. Ooh, it's so fun there. We're really getting some momentum there, and it's been a blast. But you're welcome to go check it out. See which perks are appealing to you. Come join us. We always have room for you. So come on over and be an Acting Creative Insider. And what else? Let me put this up right here. Woohoo! If you aren't getting the love notes from me already, you're invited. It's an easy name and email, and you get a little note from me each week to say hi and make sure that you have access to any kind of free content that's coming up that week, just so that you are in the know, friends. That is the whole idea. Oh. I guess you could call it a cover. Sure. Yes, you could call it a cover. I like that. Okay, friends. Yeah, I don't think ukulele towels are a thing. I don't know that they are. All right. Okay. So next week, yes, we will be kicking off our registration celebration for the Dress Your Loom course next week. It's going to be a very big week. So fun. Oh, I know what I wanted to mention before we go. I didn't put it on my notes. I need to. Mark your calendars for Friday the 11th. Friday the 11th. Is that right? Yes. What's next Friday? Not this Friday. See, for the 11th. Yeah, the 11th. Yeah. Mark your calendars because we are going to have a Dress Your Loom student ask me anything. And some of our fabulous regulars are going to be part of the experience. So it's going to be a blast. You'll hear more about it soon, but it's at 10 a.m. on Friday the 11th. It'll be just like this, just like live at the Loom. So you can watch it on Facebook and on YouTube. So watch for that. It's going to be awesome because then we can say hi to some of our fabulous friends and ask questions about the course. That's part of the idea is that sometimes, you hear me talk about the course all the time and you're like, blah, 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 whatever, Chris. But to hear another student who might have started at the same place that you are or have the same concerns, it's all good. It's all good. Thank you, Lori. Lori's the best. She needs a raise, a big fat raise. That's what she needs. Okay. Next week I'll be right back here, friends. It's gonna be a good time. This week I'm gonna be working on some ukulele towels, and I darn well better be on to at least one more color in the weft. You hold me to that. Oh, and I have to find some kind of a fun something for the new looms. That's Yeah. That's the plan. Okay, friends, have a wonderful, fabulous week. You know what your homework is this week, right? Do something creative just for you, friends, not for anybody else. Just take a moment, set a timer, 10 minutes. That's enough time. Just listen to that inner voice and do something that's good for your soul. All right, friends, have a wonderful, fabulous week. And I'll be right back here next Thursday for more Live at the Loom. Happy weaving.